It's fucking great.
Now you got it on recording. Babu, welcome to the shit show, bitches. He's got a funny hat. We're talking about creeps today, aka
Funny
Gremlins. Gremlins.
Kurt Ferguson.
Jim Carey.
Funny name.
Jeff Ferguson. The Taj Mahal, creepy building.
Very creepy building. Good call. You know what? I like you putting that together. Yeah. Okay.
Roanoke is a very creepy place.
Yes. There's a Courtyard Marriott in Roanoke that had a broken soda machine when we went there for a hockey tournament. And if you put $1 in, you hit the button, it gave you a Welch's grape soda. But if you kept hitting the button, it kept giving them to you. So we ran all of them out of the machine like immediately.
So is that like a ghost thing, or is that like you guys have the luck of the Irish?
It could have been a ghost. I mean, I don't know.
That ghost has an insatiable taste for grape soda. I doubt it. In Roanoke, Virginia?
I don't know. I don't even think it was Roanoke. I think it was Salem, technically, but same area.
Oh, another ghost town?
Yeah, that was the roller hockey rink we played on. That was the hardwood floors, Eric, with the cement walls that they had to lift people over.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a fun hockey rink. Yeah. Like playing on the wooden floors.
People getting fucking hurt left and right.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Damn. You guys played on like rinks that had, like, this was roller rinks that had hardwood?
Yeah, it's the roller rink.
Yeah. If you hit that floor, you probably would bust in your face.
I mean, if you hit the floor the wrong way,
you tried to roll mainly.
Yeah.
See, I
try to get a little.
You're talking to a guy. Going. You're talking to a guy who played on sneakers on a court or cleats on a field, not roller hockey or ice hockey.
I'll say being at roller skating speed definitely puts a different spin on falling, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that just fucks everything up. Not fuck everything up. Like, you got to be like, I mean, coordination. You guys are one of the most coordinated people I know. So,
thank you.
I mean, it's true.
That's a nice compliment.
That is a nice compliment. Yeah.
5-hole. You could say what you want about the 5-holers. We do joke around. We call each other the garbage disposal. We say, Zach, you have a funny hat.
Hold on. Are you denying being the garbage disposal?
No. I'm saying we say things.
Okay,
like
just
this.
making sure.
We're saying things like this. Like, people might think we're insulting each other. Like, we have fun rousing each other. Like, oh, it's a roast. No, it's not a roast. It's actually we're calling each other smart men of many tastes, aka fuck. That Zach drinking just reminded me. I haven't drinking all day. That's why I feel like I'm gonna die, because I feel sick and I'm an alcoholic, so I need some beer. So
you know what I was gonna say? Is it because you haven't drinking anything, or because you haven't drank any alcohol?
Alcohol, water. I've been drinking water all day. These turkeys.
Oh yeah, see that?
Turkey. I'm a workout turkey. Monday through Friday.
That water is no good for you, man. Fish fucking it.
Is that the same logic as like people who don't eat salads because that's like rabbit food? Like, my food eats salad and I eat my food.
No, I'm just saying you want to eat something that an animal banged in.
Okay, if a cow got fucked, or a cow or a chicken, wouldn't you be eating something that had something fucked in it?
I'm just saying, like, it's a medium for fish to have sex in. It's not you're eating a fish that had sex.
But they don't have.
That's the place where fish have sex.
I think they release semen in it, and that's why they purify the water. Actually,
so you want to drink water that has fish semen in it?
They purify.
Where are you going with this?
No, where are you going
walking into the ocean, drinking with a giant straw, drinking out of the ocean or something?
If I'm drinking directly from a source, then yes, I am having fish extremities in my mouth. But like, if I'm drinking like Deer Park or Aquafina, they purified that shit.
If you
don't know that.
If you're drinking it directly from the source, the least of your worries is if fish is fucking your water. You know how much salt you're consuming? You're gonna die, sir. That's probably why it's like shit. Stop drinking salt water, Shanuti.
When you go to survival mode, everything goes off in your brain. You have to do what's best for you.
Bear Grylls' first rule: in survival mode, turn your brain off.
Actually, I did listen to before we get into like actual 5-holers. Like, this is an actual 5-holers. I listened to an interview with Bear Grylls. He did say the first thing you need to do is find a water supply, because your body can last 3 weeks without food, not me, and only 3 days without water. So for me, it's probably like 24 hours.
30 minutes without food?
And 30 minutes without food. The first deer I see, I'm attacking it.
I'm eating it.
Yeah. Not even. I'm not like. Listen, I wasn't the best football player. Clearly not. That's why I'm doing a podcast now. But if I got you in open field, I'm going for the legs. I'm going straight for your legs. I'm not even going to try to hit stick you. We're going to just take you down easy, nice and easy, and Daddy's going to just take you home. So
Gonna feast. You're gonna raw dog that deer.
now we're talking about something that actually got fucked. So welcome to Five Holers, baby. Where we talk about fish fucking and I'm fucking a deer. I don't even know anymore. I am your host, Michael, the garbage disposal Shanuti. I am your captain of this ship. I know we usually do outros, but I'm doing intros again because it's a special day, a special person that we're doing a top 10 for. So I'm the captain of this ship. I will steer you on course. Hopefully we don't get lost and have to do Bear Grylls activities. But if we do, we have the man in the mirror who knows what he can do. He can tie ropes. I've seen him tie a rope before, I think. And he might actually know what to do in the woods. And he's the backside of our defense. Zach, the Walrus Vincent.
Hello. All right. So I know we usually talk about funny things on Five Holers, but I did want to take it down for a minute and throw something at you guys. So
take your hat off.
Okay, fine. Just because it's a serious topic.
It's serious
the hat's
topic.
going back
the
on.
Serious,
the hat's going back on
no,
shortly
I want
here,
it
though.
back on. No.
All right.
I want it back off.
Right.
But serious topic. Let's pair
serious
dudes.
topic though. So the holidays are coming up, and that's a time where I think we should. I mean, I think people should be generous and give throughout the year, but the holidays is definitely a time where it's a lot harder for some people, and I think being generous is definitely a virtue at that time of year, and I think it's something that we should be doing. I think Five Holers as an association should work on some sort of fundraiser to raise money for this brilliant new fucking charity I found. All right. So this charity is great. It supports people who are sick and need help in their time of need. It promotes healthy lifting, has great fucking marketing, and more than anything else, it's run by an American fucking hero who overcame a lot in his life, and the man defeated cancer. But either way, this charity is called Live Strong. I think that we should be supporting it.
I'm with Live Strong.
I agree.
Live Strong.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say
official sponsor.
I thought you were going to say the Five Holers Patreon.
Listen, all the proceeds from our Patreon and merch later on will go to the Live Strong Foundation because we sponsor. That is now our charity. Everybody has a charity.
Yeah, everyone does. You got to have a charity these days. But I
haven't checked our Patreon in like 2 months. So
dude, watch. Oh, I have to get punched out by Mike Tyson.
All these people we owe things to.
I got some bad news. I have no clue what the login for the Patreon is.
This is great. Remember we did this whole thing with the Twitter on one of these episodes where we talked about we couldn't remember logins. This is the Five Holers business.
Oh, it's still here, I think. Wait. 0 patrons, $0 per month. Yep. And it looks like they I think they deleted part of our profile too.
Oh Jesus.
So
we're on their radar, huh? That's good though, right?
I guess so.
Someone's looking at it.
So we got views.
Wait, hold on. I can't figure out how to actually look at our page.
This is great. This is great fucking podcasting right here. You know what? Live Strong is great. Live Strong is a great charity. I think we should have a charity, but am I gonna get an intro too?
I was waiting for him. He brought it down somber. So
don't wait for him.
Hat's back on. We're good to go.
Now, if we ever are in a situation where we need to fly out of things, definitely wouldn't be me because I'm scared of flying. But it's the guy with the wings. He might be red alert, Eric, the Red Falcon, Vincent, red alert.
What up, red alert in the house? And you know what? As a Vincent, I'm gonna do as a Vincent does. I want to take it down a moment here, boys.
Oh yeah.
I'm
trying to take the hat off.
I'm done.
Hat off.
Another somber
Hats
moment.
Off.
Yeah, take the hat off. Take the hat off because this is a real one. This is what the hat's all about. Poor Mr. Norm Macdonald has passed away. He was old. He was battling cancer, and he died. And
he had a draw with his battle with cancer.
Yes. So, but he did pass
away. If I die, the cancer dies with me.
Yes. that you just butchered Norm's joke, but yes, you did a good job. But yeah, seriously, losing Norm Macdonald was a big loss. He's one of the funniest men who has ever lived. If you want to laugh until you're crying, go out and find the video of him talking about Steve Irwin on The Daily Show, and I promise you will laugh until you cry.
I will say this about Norm. I mean, Zach, you probably know a little bit more about comedians. Eric, I'm sorry, that was more of like a biased opinion, but I feel like he just knows. Like Artie Lang, him, like those guys were the last of the we don't give a fuck about your feelings comedians, meaning they'll say anything and don't care. They go to their own like beat. Like a lot of comedians nowadays, when they make a joke, they'll say sorry for it later on, or they'll be like, oh, I like fuck it, like there goes my career or something. Norm, Artie Lang, and those guys like back in the day, I would say Chris Farley too, if he was alive, RIP as well, were the type of guys that would make a joke and they're like, you have to take it as a joke because that's what I intended it for. No ill will, stuff like that. So I don't know. That's my 2 cents. But
yeah, TJ Miller's trying to occupy that area right now, and he's just a jackass and he's not funny. So
yeah, I think you have to have a certain je ne sais quoi with it.
Yeah, it's every generation has that sort of niche comedian group, and start like Carlin was it for a little bit too. Richard Pryor, and you go back and find a lot of people. Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy,
but
another person.
Definitely those guys. Artie Lang, fucking Norm Macdonald, all those guys in the 90s and 80s were definitely it. I mean, even if you want to talk about the 80s, fucking Chevy Chase and all the people who did Caddyshack and Bill Murray and everything.
Well,
there's a lot of them.
Chevy Chase didn't care what people thought of him, period, though, and it's not a good thing. So
that was a whole
he took it
thing.
to another. Like, there's a line, and I think those guys that we mentioned, besides Chevy Chase, obviously, knew where to stop. Chevy Chase just went at it full speed into the Metrodome with it. So.
Right into it, yeah. A little bit too deep there.
Yeah.
But I just want to bring that up because he was fucking watching Dirty Work and just seeing all the random shit he could be on TV. But just all the time he'd pop up and he'd be like, this is going to be awesome. So big rest in paradise to Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
Yes.
RIP, man. RIP. Honestly, one of the best comedians. Like, he wasn't like a guy would be like, oh, Norm's on TV. Like, it's like, oh, shit, there's Norm. Like, I would enjoy seeing him in cameos. I wouldn't go out of my way to see him. He just is not my generation's, like, comedian, I guess.
Yeah.
If you want to say it like that. But
it's always good to see him, though. Always good to see him.
He popped up in so much random stuff, too. I was watching The People versus Larry Flint last week, and boom, Norm Macdonald's in it randomly. He's the reporter. Yeah. Like, I don't know. He was one of those people, too. Like, he did a lot of stand-up. And he was in a couple movies. He was on TV, but at the same time, like his bread and butter, where he ate, really was on fucking talk shows, and it was just he was funny. He was a very naturally fucking funny person, to say the least.
Definitely,
no.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's good that you brought the. Okay, go ahead. I really was just gonna continue on to the next topic, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna go to the next topic too. I don't know if we want to run through hockey real quick, but hockey rookie camps are going on. That's all you need to know.
All I'm saying is, you guys feel that the air is slowly shifting to being a little bit colder,
getting a little chilly out there. A little chilly.
That means October's coming soon. Preseason starts next week. Expectations are now flowing. This podcast will actually be a hockey podcast for maybe like 20 minutes.
I'll say let's not go that far.
All I'm saying is we'll have more news. We're over here talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna end it on a high note. These guys that we have lined up for the next couple of episodes before the season starts, it's great because if you guys have been following along, we've had great top tens, great overall lists for movies and actors. So I think we've done really well. So.
Yeah, and if you have been following along, you would know that we pick the person at the end of the episode, and we don't have anything planned out. We got one guy. And that's
we might actually plan the next one.
I got an idea for next week already that I'm going to blurt out at the end of the episode, so we're going to have to do it. So I'm just warning you guys right now.
All right.
All
right.
Make sure you cut it off quick there, Mike.
A couple of housekeeping things, like I said.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping. We got to do some hockey stuff.
Do we? All right, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Get into it. Hockey.
Okay, all I'm saying is very excited to see the season start. We're going to see a second banner in Tampa Bay. Kraken look like shit. I'm not going to lie. I heard it from camp that some of them are they're not in tuned as the Las Vegas Knights were when they got together, and not a lot of people are picking them to be the dark horse like always. It's kind of crazy.
It's almost like Ron Francis drafted a bunch of slow, fat guys when the name of the game in the NHL is speed and agility right now.
Yep.
Who would have thought?
So hamper your expectations for the Seattle Kraken. If you think this is a Las Vegas Knights situation, then you're out of your board. Anyways, that was my housekeeping thing. Also, enjoy football, everyone. That's just my thing until hockey starts because it's been great so far. Anyways, go ahead, Zach.
Wait, I'm supposed to start?
Wait, aren't you
I'll
saying
start.
goodbye?
No,
Oh.
wait. No, we have. This is it. We're jumping into
And
it.
if you guys think there's a pre-production meeting for this for us, there isn't.
No, we have a during production meeting, which means we just do it while everything's
we
going
do it,
on
fuck
here.
it, we do it live.
This is an
Right.
improvisational podcast.
It's like jazz. And just like jazz, we're gonna jump into it here. As you remember, everyone who's been listening along, we've been doing our top 10 favorite movies of our actors. Haven't got to an actress yet, have we, boys?
Nope.
It'll come up.
Didn't we do an actress? We did do an actress.
Who?
Did we do Julia Roberts?
No, I hate fucking
No.
Julia Roberts. I would have never agreed to that.
Who's the other one? Julie Andrews, something. No, Sandra Bullock. Didn't we do Sandra Bullock?
Nope.
I love this, like these parallel universe podcasts that you do.
Dude,
though.
we might actually. This might have been my like time travel.
Do you do these in your sleep or something?
I think so. I don't know. Anyways,
That's crazy.
we'll do some actresses before we end. Don't worry, ladies.
Yeah, don't worry. But we're gonna jump into a great a man who was a very eccentric comedian and person as well. I probably said last episode, it's Jim Carey. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our top. We all submit our list of top 10s. I put the group picks together. That I put them in a top 10, and we're gonna go through them. You guys want to do honorable mentions first, or do you want to?
No. I wrote out the fucking bio. Let me do my shit.
All right,
Go ahead.
all right.
Go ahead, Zach.
All right. I don't know if you want to piece it together throughout, but
Listen, my employer sacrificed valuable time that I had to get this biography done.
do it up.
All right. Either way, so Jim Carrey is a goddamn Canadian. He was born in January of 1962 in Ontario near Toronto. His mother was a homemaker. His father was a musician and an accountant. He began doing impressions and comedy routines as a child, very young, at like the age of 5 or 6. And then his family ran into some trouble in his teenage years. He was homeless. They lived in a van and also in a tent on Lake Ontario, which can't be fucking nice. He worked as a janitor to pitch in at a factory overnight while he was still attending high school. His first stand-up performance was at the age of 15, and he bombed while wearing a polyester leisure suit. He continued to do stand-up, mainly open mic night, building his reputation. And then in 1980, he auditioned for SNL. He got turned down, the first of 3 times he would get turned down. He appeared on TV doing impressions in 1981. It was his first on-screen appearance. He soon started appearing in U.S. clubs, comedy clubs as well. And then he finally got picked up by Rodney Dangerfield and toured as an opening act for Rodney Dangerfield in the States. And that was kind of where he really kind of cut his teeth and got his chops and really started taking off. But so he moved to Hollywood in 1983. A strange person who picked him up got trashed, made him drive, and insisted he would only end up making gay porn. She later urinated in a jar, threw it out the window, only to have it come flying back in on her friend. The group passed out. He stole the car and made it to Hollywood. He started performing at the Comedy Store at that point, well-reputed comedy club owned by fucking Pauly Shore's family. Speaking of which, we could do our top 10 Pauly Shore movies, and it would just be like 2 movies. So, I don't like Pauly Shore.
Biodome.
In the Army, that was pretty good. So,
yeah.
But either way, so soon after he started performing at the Comedy Store, he landed a role as the lead on a show called The Duck Factory. And then at the age of 21, he appeared on The Tonight Show. He was given the OK symbol by Johnny Carson, but was not called over to the couch, something that's very coveted amongst comedians. He was rejected from SNL for a 3rd time in 1986, losing out to Phil Hartman and Dana Carvey. He was a regular stand-up comedian touring for a number of years. Then between 86 and 1990, he didn't really do too much acting. It was just him being a comedian. And then in 1990, his first appearance on In Living Color happened. 4 years later, in 1 year, he released Ace Ventura and The Mask. And then the next year, released The Riddler. He played the Riddler on Batman Forever. In 1996, The Cable Guy came out, and he was the first actor to be paid $20 million for a role in that movie. And then in 1998, The Truman Show came out, his first foray into drama. He's had a lot of roles since then. We're not going to get into them because we're going to talk about more of them in a minute here. He became a U.S. citizen in 2004. I have a fun fact here, but I'm going to throw it in later because it fits with something else we're going to talk about. And apparently he's a batshit insane method actor. He has got to be just absolutely fucking insufferable to work with. Like, could you imagine having to deal with Ace Ventura at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, I think I've woken up to Ace Ventura at 4 o'clock in the morning on the TV and been pissed. So I can't imagine in real life. That was perfect. That was great, Zach. That was a very good, thorough.
Very good.
There was a couple things I had to skip over because I want to work them in later on, but you'll see.
Work them into your top 10. Like, it's going to be your points for top 10.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay.
All right.
I'll go fuck myself.
Yeah, well, that's the plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually how it goes, or a deer, whatever you got over there.
All right. Okay. So
you leave Frankie alone.
Frankie's not here. Oh. Not here. So Daddy's by himself getting wasted.
Yeah, buddy.
Actually, Daddy's going to be a workout turkey. Go ahead, Eric. Start us off.
Well, we're just going to jump into honorable mentions here first because we got 5 of them and only a few of them got 1 point. I'm just going to list them off. We can talk about them if you guys really want to, but it's Horton Hears a Who, The Mask, Fun with Dick and Jane, Yes Man, and Series of Unfortunate Events. All good movies, but all sort of at the lower side of our list. So
very surprised by The Mask, to be honest. I thought you're the only
one who had it on your list. You had it last on your list. Yep.
Are you guys?
I thought about The Mask. I do not like The Mask that much. It was just I don't know. It was funny at the time, but I watched it last week, and in retrospect, it was funny in the context of the '90s, but now it's just kind of dumb.
That's what I was thinking of. It's like, what was the movie that I enjoyed the most at those times? Mask, kind of up there, and then of course Cameron Diaz, first time she was put on big screen. She was hot back then. So, anyways, continue.
Yeah, I didn't have it on there either because I watched it recently, and me and Caroline watched it, and we were just sort of like, "What's going on?" And just I don't know, it just didn't hold up, and it definitely soured it for me because I definitely had a different memory of it when I was younger.
If you really want to ruin your Saturday, watch Son of the Mask with Jamie Kennedy. That was shit.
Oh yeah, you could have just stopped at Jamie Kennedy, and we would have known. Hey, unless it's Malibu's Most Wanted. Malibu's Most Wanted is a great movie.
There it is.
Yeah,
baby.
True that.
All right,
it's a great movie.
Let's go, baby.
So I had Fun with Dick and Jane as my number 10. It got 1 point as honorable mention. Great movie. It's a remake. It's fun. It's funny. If it's on TV, it's good to watch. Zach, you had Horton Hears a Who with a number 1 point.
Yeah, that's just a fun movie to watch.
Just fun. Yeah,
I
think that's what all the Series of Unfortunate Events.
Series of Unfortunate Events was actually good. Series of Unfortunate Events, I prefer. No. I watched that movie before I had children, but I read all those books as a child. In the Series of Unfortunate Events, I strongly prefer Jim Carrey's portrayal as Count Olaf than Neil Patrick Harris's by like a country mile.
This guy, he is such a dad. I'm glad that The Grinch was an honorable mention because I would stab both of you in the neck.
Oh, Grinch is great. That's one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Grinch is on the list, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Another honorable mention I was thinking of that no one had on their list was Batman Forever as the Riddler. He's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You know, he's not. You don't like him, Shooty? No.
No, that's the whole movie.
You got to make that sound.
It's like watching a guy watching a superstar on a bad team. Like, I'm not gonna watch that bad team because of this one superstar. Like, everybody else. So
you don't.
Shit.
Yeah. You don't like the Edmonton Oilers or the Toronto Maple Leafs, is what you're saying?
I've never watched their game.
Well, anyways, before we blow through on these fucking honorable mentions, let's jump into the list because Shooty, you're gonna be getting shit this whole time, I think.
What?
Here we go. The group ranking number 10 on the list with 6 points is Jim and Andy. Shooty had it on his number 5 list there.
Okay.
They have 6 points. You had 6 points. So I got 6 points. So there's 5 on your list. Me and Zach both did not have it on our list
Because I was gonna put it with Man on the Moon.
it's just I was
So
gonna
are
talk
we
about
doing it
too.
together? We can. Okay. Listen, we can put that together.
Yeah.
All right. So technically that's 10, but we'll talk about it with Man on the Moon. Because like,
All right, that's a good
we
idea. Yeah,
that's smart. All right. Because
All
I
right,
didn't
all
know
right,
if we
then.
were separating them. So
No, yeah. We're I see your confusion, and they are great standalone pieces too.
very good.
yes,
standalone
they are,
pieces.
That.
but they're
Very
very
good standalone
related
pieces.
too.
It's actually
But
made me
yeah,
watch.
so-
It made me watch Taxi after, like the show Taxi.
Yeah. See, that's
Hey,
great right
Danny
there. That's what it's all
DeVito.
about.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Continue.
Oh, amazing. We'll go number 9. Then it's gonna be Bruce Almighty. I had that as where the fuck is it here? I had it as my number 9. Shooty had as your number 3 spot.
And I didn't have it on mine, but
All
I
right.
will say
So
he did a better job than goddamn Steve Carell did. So
okay, yeah, that's definitely one. So okay, Bruce Almighty, I think it was a very like it was different, you know, like Morgan Freeman's in it, Jennifer Aniston's in it. I mean, Steve Carell is in it, who had to spin off after with Evan Almighty.
Mhm.
I just think it was a funny concept of like, I mean, Jeff would be here and be like,
Morgan Freeman.
religion, exactly. Who among the like if there was one voice that could sound like God, it'd be Morgan Freeman, and like. It was cool because it like broke down barriers with religion, with different things in a funny, different way. I think it's also funny, like all the things he did, like giving like all those prayers. He's like yes to all because we're so lazy we wouldn't read all those prayers, and like like getting your dog to pee standing up, seeing a girl's panties, like that's something we would do if we had all those powers. And I thought it was just funny when he made Steve Carell do blah 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 blah. My titties go to the
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a great film. I think it's one of the better films that he did in the sense of he wasn't crazy and it still was pretty funny. So,
Yeah, that's why it's stuck on my list because it's a good movie. The only movies I see on
Yeah.
TV, I'll put it on. Fucking like that's the way the cookie crumbles in the beginning and everything.
Oh, yeah,
report on them stuff. It's good. It's a good fun movie.
Exactly.
We'll jump into one that we all had on our list though. We're coming up at number 8 with The Grinch. I had it at 7. Shooty at 7. Zach, you had it at your 9 spot.
It's a great movie. It really is.
It
Go
is.
ahead, Zach.
I mean, it's a kids movie, but at the same time, it's just the movie's fucking funny and it's weird. And I don't know, Ron Howard fucking made it, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I don't know, it was enjoyable. And I think Jim Carrey really got to just kind of do whatever the fuck he wanted as the Grinch. It was a fun character to watch him explore for an hour and a half, you know?
Yeah, it's one of those movies that recently watching. It has a lot of adult jokes in it and a lot of things you missed as a kid.
So who's having a fucking key party?
Yeah, exactly. It's just there's a lot of interesting stuff in it, but it's very that's very fucking what Dr. Seuss. So
Very Dr. Seuss.
Good fun movie. Kid friendly. Jim Carrey. But I guess do kids even care about Jim Carrey anymore? I feel like they see him. I feel like when it came out for us, I was like, holy shit, Jim Carrey's playing the Grinch. This is gonna be sweet. I feel like that was a big part of it because it's sort of the rest of the story, like the little Who girl and shit. Cindy Lou Who. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. But they try to add like too many weird things to it to make it like modern and I guess make it an actual movie. But the actual portrayal is The Grinch by Jim Carrey is great. He just fucking like Zach said, he just was himself, I feel like.
Yeah.
There is a point I'd like to make about The Grinch too. Me and Ashley have been rewatching The Sopranos, and The Sopranos takes place like 4 years before when the episodes came out. And at some point, this was right after The Grinch came out, it's a Christmas episode, and they're talking about The Grinch. And Chris goes, yeah, put Jim Carrey in it, make a live action one. It'll make millions. I just thought it was funny that they did that. Which they already knew it had come out with Jim Carrey, but I thought it was a nice throwback, you know?
It is. I mean,
That's
I
good.
agree with all your points, and I think it was also one of the better like Dr. Seuss to real life films. Like Cat in the Hat was pretty good. But I think Jim Carrey embodied the Grinch pretty well, and then like the storyline was pretty good. And then, side note, I mean we're old enough now. It's fine. She's old enough now. Cindy Lou Who became hot. All right, go Google her. She's hot now.
All right.
There you go.
All
next movie.
Number 7. Me and Zach both had it. I had it at my number 6. Zach had it number 4. It's Me, Myself, and Irene. Great, great Jim Carrey movie. Judy.
You two can go.
Yes.
Do you guys want me to go first, or you two go first?
I want to hear what you have to say about Me, Myself, and Irene, actually.
All right. So as I was breaking down all the movies, that was one movie that I had a lot of trouble with. I just think like how you guys didn't really like Evan Almighty, or not Evan Almighty. Now you guys Bruce Almighty, and then you also, what was the other movie? Like The Mask. Like I put The Mask. It's kind of like that with you guys. Like there are certain parts that I just didn't think was funny anymore because I recently watched it again. Yes, him sucking on that girl's tit, funny as shit. Him thinking like the three, like his 3, I hate to say it, bastard sons were his actual sons. Funny as shit. They're funny as shit. But like, I don't know. I didn't laugh as hard as I thought I would like back in the day when I did. And like, is it Renelle Zellweger? That's who it is? Is that her name?
I think so, yeah.
She's not good. Like, I don't think she's a good actress. So I think she brought down my rating. And like, I don't know. So
I thought Jim Carrey was so funny in this movie because he played 2 very distinct roles. He didn't change his appearance, but you could tell they were distinct characters. Like, like Eddie Murphy, he's done movies where he plays 9 different people, but he's putting on fucking fat suits and wigs and old lady shawls and glasses and shit. Jim Carrey didn't have to do any of that. Jim Carrey just had to contort his face differently and use different accents and say different things. And he conveyed that they were 2 completely separate characters. Whitey killing the dude with the lawn dart is one of my favorite gimmicks in a movie. So I thought it was funny. It's all around a good movie. It's just funny. It makes me laugh. And I really enjoyed that movie.
I was waiting for Eric to say his part. So.
No, I totally agree. The one guy who plays the captain, I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
He's also in Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
Whatever that actor's name is. Yeah. Anything he's in, I'll usually watch. He's pretty fucking solid, and I feel like he's a good judge of character for movies. So
he puts asses in seats like Norm. Like if you see Norm and him, he puts asses in seats.
Even though we don't know
his name. We even don't know his name. But
no, you do not know this man. Suicide's badass.
Hold on. I'm
watching so much goddamn Sunny.
Here. Oh man, that's always a good thing.
While you're finding him, we'll move on to our number 6. And this is a collaborative effort here because we got Ace Ventura and we
Robert Forster.
Robert Forster. Great. Yeah.
Another great Robert there. But we got Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, combo, everything. We're gonna call the Wild. Is that what it's called?
Call the Wild was the second one.
No. When Nature Calls.
When Nature Calls, yeah. So we're going to combine them there. And I had my number 5. Judy had number 2. And Zach, you're your 7th seed. So since I'm in the middle here, I'll give this a whirl. Ace Ventura, in general, those movies are movies that you can watch over and over again. And no matter how dumb they are or how much you're like, I've seen this shit a billion times, you can watch it again because it's just stupid funny. Then you'll be paying attention to it, and you'll get every single joke in it. What Jim Carrey, and it's only because Jim Carrey. Literally, the only reason those movies are good or you can watch them is fucking Jim Carrey. And the one fucking Dan Marino is the other basic actor in it fucking half the time.
Laces out, Dan.
Laces out. I mean, it's just terrible. Everyone else in it is so bad. The animals are better than half the people. But Jim Carrey pulls that shit together. And I think that's why he gets my number 5. That right on that tip of that top 5 spot. Snooty, number 2. What do you think there, buddy?
All right. So this is okay. In the whole realm of like, I guess you could say above PG Jim Carrey films. This was one of the first Carrey films that I watched. And it so happens to be football. And Dan Marino is my dad's favorite quarterback growing up. So it kind of like resonated with me. It's a nostalgia pick. I'm not going to lie. I think I ranked it higher than most people would. But I think he was really funny. I think this is where we realize that Jim Carrey is actually insane because he does all the da-da-da-do and like all that shit, like the voices. And like the Flipper, like you said, Flipper was funny. And the fucking dolphin mascot. Laces out, Dan. Everybody throws up because they realize they just kissed him.
Him at the mental institute and the fucking tutu.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we don't need to worry of nature calls, right? Not the wild calls, nature calls. The second one, I mean, all time scene. Him in a fake rhino, and everybody thinks he's coming out of its asshole like a poop. So, I mean,
Yeah.
this guy's
It's a classic
like,
scene.
I'm pretty sure Jim Carrey's like, I gotta make this movie to get all the voices out of my fucking head, and this was it. So.
Yeah, no, I liked both those movies quite a bit, but I rewatched both of them the other day. And honestly, I think the reason I ranked them so low was just because I have seen them so many goddamn times. Like, they're still funny. I still enjoy them, but I know every goddamn word of those movies at this point. It's like, you got to change it up sometimes. That said, another movie where it's just a Jim Carrey vehicle. It's a character that he sunk his teeth into and fucking just ran with it, and he's the star of the show. There's very few comedic actors who can carry a movie the way he carried those two movies.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah. He was a star and he showed up. I do want to have a
Big
slight
time.
retraction though. Tone Loc killed it in the first one as the cop. Great job, Tone Loc. You killed it out there.
Way to go,
Oh, yeah.
Tone.
Yeah.
Tone Loc's
Yeah. Way to go, Tone. Way to go, Tone. No, you guys want to move on to number 5 here? We're cresting on our top 5, so we'll just jump into it. It's gonna be The Truman Show.
Okay.
What a
I wanna
fucking
know,
movie.
Hold on. I want to know where everybody ranked them.
So I had it as
I
number
ranked
4.
Truman Show at number 5.
Pitch Nudie had it at number 9.
Yeah. And you, Eric?
4.
Okay, so you guys had it in your top 5. I didn't.
Yes. I love this movie because it was the first dramatic movie he did. And, he walked in and he acted. He did well. He did exactly, what he was supposed to do. There were still some funny moments in it, but just him as a regular guy was so interesting. And then you had this whole layer of the fact that it was a reality TV show going on. And it was just, I don't know, it was a really interesting thought experiment in general. But at the same time, it was refreshing to see him in such a serious role, and I think it was not. It was kind of prep for other serious roles he took on later that we'll discuss further down the list.
Fucking 7 or 23 or whatever the fuck movie that was. Anyways,
23. Seven's Brad Pitt, and I'm not going to reveal
Morgan
because I don't
Freeman.
want to have any spoilers.
Oh my god, if you haven't the spoiler for that shit, then you're stupid.
Anyways, go ahead, Eric.
Oh, that was just one of the movies that I remember as a kid, my mom being like, I was homesick and she was like, went to the fucking Blockbuster or something and got it and played it. And I was amazed by fucking just, it was just very weird to see Jim Carrey like that and just be so serious. And then the whole, like, it's a good twist. It's a great twist. I love a good twist. The M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's the whole, whatever you want to call it, that he's in a movie, the social experiment, whatever it is.
Social
it was
experiment
really,
that turned into a TV show.
Yeah,
Yes.
It was really awesome. And you know what? And recently, I actually stumbled upon this movie called Ed TV. Matthew McConaughey's in it. Woody Harrelson's in it.
Oh,
Looked
I
great.
think I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, totally turned out to be total shit. Basically, same premise except for Matthew McConaughey knows he's on a TV show. Total shit. But Truman Show, great flick. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. Shooty, why'd you have it so low? Just not into it?
I guess I was just not into it like you guys. I mean, I agree with all your points. I think they're just better Jim Carrey movies. The dramatic role, I think it was his best, if I do say so. I do like the Truman Show. I just when I started listing out the movies, kind of kept going down more like down my list. I knew it was going to stay in my top 10. I just didn't know where. I guess it was also I don't want to say it's a fear because it's not really a fear. If I was in a simulation like that and next thing you know, everything I knew is fucking awful. Like it wasn't real. Like I just married some random woman, have some random kids out of nowhere, like crazy. So
We should talk to Sam about getting this idea off the ground.
please don't. I would lose my mind. I would actually go Kerouac on everybody's ass. I will fucking murder everyone in that goddamn simulation.
Well, that's good to know.
All right.
What does going Kerouac mean, Shanuti?
Meaning, like, give me like 2 heavy, like nightsticks. Nightsticks would be good. If I got nightsticks with like, there's no accuracy. There's no like thinking about my next move. Just like just hit.
Just
does he know
Kerouac.
who Jack Kerouac is? I mean, he was a beat poet, so beating someone would make sense.
Let me put my poems in you. That is
I think
Blades of Glory reference.
that's more going Neil Cassidy on someone's ass.
Or Jackie Chan. Or is that racist?
No.
No more than normal.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
4.
Number 4. Here we go. This is another double because we're talking about the number 10 pick, Man on the Moon. I had number 8,
Okay.
Shooting number 6. Zach had number 2. We're going to talk about Jim and Andy as well. Shooty, start. You have Jim and Andy both on your list. What do you got for us here?
So, Man on the Moon, if you guys don't know, it's I guess you could say the biopic of Andy Kaufman, one of the so-called comedians. In my opinion, he's the one who started the whole not giving a shit comedy.
Wait. And what's his face? And Tom Hanks saves them all at the end, right?
But you hate Tom Hanks.
No. Bruce Willis is the guy in the hairpiece.
There you go. Yeah, that's it.
Wait,
all right,
Dolph
continue,
Lundgren,
Shinoda.
his body, but his face.
Gary
is the
Sinise,
nose.
he's the one who doesn't go to outer space.
There it is, baby.
Yeah.
But if you guys don't know who Andy Kaufman is, he's actually a really good comedian. Very controversial.
Is because he's still alive.
Very controversial. Very controversial. People did not like his stand-up. People did not like how he said certain things. People actually I think he got choked out at one point. I think it was on one of the late night shows, but I kind of forgot. Anyways, Jim Carrey took on this persona of Andy Kaufman in the biopic, did a really good job. Then the reason why I said Jim and Andy is because it's a documentary about him making that film, and Paul Giamatti, Tim Tebow,
Did you just confuse Danny DeVito and Tim Tebow?
I'm watching football. I think that's the reason. Danny DeVito, we're in the film and in the documentary talking about how you could see how Jim Carrey was losing his mind slowly to becoming Andy, and that craziness of both of them was coming out, and that you didn't know if you're talking to Andy, you didn't know you were talking to Andy's alter ego. I forgot the guy's name.
Tony Clifton,
or Jim, But
you weren't talking to Jim because Tony. I mean, Jim Carrey's a method actor. He was either Andy or Tony that entire fucking time. You weren't going to get Jim Carrey. You were getting Andy or you were getting Tony.
And one of the best things is, like, for that film to do well, that's what Jim had to do. And if you haven't seen the film and the documentary, I suggest you watch the film, see it, and see how you feel about, like, wow, this guy's really good at what he's doing, portraying this guy. And then watch the documentary, and you'll see the backstory of method acting and, like, why Jim is so crazy, or, like, why he wants to be the best. Like, Zach said it in his bio, the dude came from literally nothing. And I think that's what pushes him to the brink sometimes to do
He
these
lived in a
crazy
van down by a
roles.
river. Like,
So, yeah. So we talked about Me, Myself, and Irene and Ace Ventura. I think these two things really give you an inside look of Jim Carrey's fucking mindset of how to do certain things. So
I agree, and I think that I think this movie, that Man on the Moon, was his best piece of acting. I ranked it number 2 because number 1 is just knock down, drag out my favorite movie he ever made. But at the same time, Man on the Moon was the best piece of acting he ever did. He embodied Andy Kaufman, and he just wrecked it. And, you know, Andy Kaufman was a very complex person. You know, he wasn't just a fucking comedian. He had all these personas, and he was always working on these pranks and these freakouts and just all sorts of stuff. And there's so much that went into the character that he was. And I think Jim Carrey really embodied it and wrecked it and just went through and did exactly what he needed to do, acted the part. And, you know, in the Jim and Andy movie, he talks about the fact that, you know, after he decided to take the role, he was like sitting on the beach in Santa Monica or something, watching the sunset. And he said that Andy appeared to him and said, "I'll be making my movie." And he just became Andy in that moment. And, like, that's, if you look at the interviews he did before Man on the Moon, you look at the interviews he did after Man on the Moon, it was obviously a very transcendent experience for Jim Carrey, and it changed him a lot as a person. and it's just amazing to see his work throughout the movie. And also, Danny DeVito is very prominent in that movie and is fucking hilarious. And you get random Norm Macdonald too. So what's the hit?
Again with that. It's crazy.
Yep. I'm not even gonna say anything about it because I can't have said it better than what you guys said. So what we're gonna do here is skip on to number 3.
All right,
let's do it.
And number 3 is The Cable Guy. Classic, great. I love it. Everyone loves it.
Oh, Billy.
My number 2, Shanuti's number 4, Zach's number 6. I guess I'll start it off here. It's that movie is so fucking funny. Jim Carrey, he's coming out. He needs to make some money. It's that first, was it $20 million movie? Is that what it was?
First $20 million movie as an actor.
He really had to step up, and he really had to fucking make a good movie, and he made a great movie, and that shit did not do that well when it came out.
No, it did not.
I was reading because
people don't like Matthew Broderick though. Matthew Broderick's a murderer, so people don't like him.
Yeah,
that is the reason why I put it 4 and not like top 3.
Because you like murder?
No, because Matthew Broderick brought the movie down. I mean, obviously we all like Ferris Bueller, but god damn it, you did like Godzilla, and like the worst Godzilla by far.
And you killed a person driving your car drunk in Ireland.
Well, I mean,
two people, I think.
I mean, we're in a society where you can just kill anybody and you can walk around and go to football games and shit nowadays.
What have you been doing, Shanuti?
I was talking about OJ.
Oh, okay. Well, OJ didn't kill anybody. He told us. OJ admitted that he didn't kill anybody.
If he did it. But continue.
I was gonna throw out there. Yeah, it sucks that fucking Matthew Broderick's in it, but you get Ben Stiller playing the twin who killed the twin, and he has the whole thing about, he's talking about blaming on Asian people. He says, I think they're speaking Asian. That whole little bit of that story is so great. It's Ben Stiller's like first director debut, I believe it is.
Ben Stiller directed that?
I believe he was the director. Yeah, Ben Stiller was the director.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
it doesn't make me like it anymore, but
one of his sort of first projects there. I loved, great movie, Cable Guy. You guys, I know we talked about Cable Guy, something else, right? Jack Black, because Jack Black is in it.
Yeah. Yep.
For a few seconds,
yeah. He plays Matthew Broderick's friend.
Ben Stiller connection.
Yeah, it is. It's a connection.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello, puppy. What's fucking
Mandy?
Sure, yeah, Mandy.
Hi, Mandy.
Yes, Mandy.
Hi, Mandy.
Hello, Mandy.
Mandy's favorite movie is the same as mine. So.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, we'll get on to number 2 then, so we can get to number 1. Number 2 is, everyone had pretty high. It's Liar Liar. Everyone had pretty high. I had number 3. Zach had number 3. Shooty had number 1.
That's Shooty, my favorite movie.
Liar Liar. Is it because you wish it would never happen to you? You keep your friends close, but your enemies closer, sort of thing.
Oh,
Imagine
well,
a day where Shanuti cannot lie.
Dude, oh my God, I'd be fired. What you been
First
doing
off,
all day? Work.
Work.
Let's see here. Okay? So the reason why I put Liar Liar, I just think it was a great film altogether. Everything is funny. Thinking like, yes, you're right. Not being able to lie would suck. It kind of like because like how he did in the elevator, girl with big tits. He walks in. He's like, she's like, oh, everybody's been treating me real well, and he's like, yeah, because of your jugs, like shit like that. Like you can't lie about that. Or like when he gets pulled over, the parking ticket, and like saying like, oh, it's speeding.
Yeah.
And then like an all-time line, the claw, and then you just use the claw on somebody.
The
claw.
So it's a great movie. I think it's a great family film. If you have not watched it, you should go see it. I think, like I had it number 1. I mean, I think it's the best thing Jim Carrey's done. So.
Yeah, it's a great quotable movie. The one of my favorites from it really is.
Yeah.
It's
the pen is blue.
The pin is blue.
pin is
Yeah,
blue.
that. But so you walk by someone in the hallway and they're like, "Hey, how's it hanging?" He goes, "Short, shriveled, and slightly to the left." And like just so many just good quotes. And then his fucking secretary is awesome. She tells a story about how the guy was burglarizing her friend's house and he fell through the skylight and fell on the knife and he sued her. It's just the whole thing is great. Jim Carrey learns a great lesson. A supporting cast is amazing, but I just love how quotable that fucking movie is.
That
So
movie is
quotable.
funny.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's
I
great.
agree. Yeah, it was great slapstick comedy too. Like when he's beating himself up in the bathroom and
I
him
kicked
stealing
my
the
own ass.
yeah, and him stealing the stair car and chasing the airplane. Like, I think that movie was Jim Carrey at his manic best. Like, he played a character that under normal circumstances would just be a normal run-of-the-mill lawyer. But one tiny little fucking thing changes and he can't lie anymore. And Jim Carrey took that and ran with it and turned it into one of the funniest characters he's ever done, like by far. And it's just it's a funny movie, nonstop from front to back. It's funny the entire fucking time.
I think
Yeah.
the best part is like when he had to do the big case and he couldn't lie. Like he could not lie to save his life, but he had to find something that she lied about to win him the case. It's like, oh shit, you married a minor. Fuck you. You fucked up and shit like that. And then realizes the mom was actually the bitch and not the dad. Good lesson.
Yeah.
Not all moms are nice. Sometimes the dads need a win. There you go.
Well,
Moms stink. P.U.
Yeah.
PU. It's a great
What a
lesson in like
doy.
it's like don't lie but do lie. You know, you gotta have your white lies. So
You gotta
yeah,
do
great.
the right lies to keep society moving. AKA why our government is running at full effect right now.
Be a
Yep.
lawyer. And you
So,
gotta get real
an
big
OJ
hands. Make
comment
sure you get
and
big
a
hands.
government comment. We're gonna get canceled.
Yeah.
By who?
Yeah, who's listening?
Livestrong? Is Livestrong going to cancel us?
Live strong.
That's strong. They might. You never know. I have one somewhere. I don't know where. We're gonna move on to number one, and this number one was it was decided by democracy. That's what I like to say.
Yes.
I think that's how. You know, we're talking government. We're talking society. Some people slip up in society, and they maybe
And have
accidentally
to go to
forget a
jail.
movie from their
What
list.
is a goddamn movie?
Who knows what happens here, or
What
what
is a
happens?
Find
goddamn
out
movie?
next week on the 5 Holers.
I'm gonna stab both of you.
The number one movie has been
Kick
decided.
his ass, Seabass.
Yes. Kick his ass, Seabass. Oh, big gulps, huh? Well, have a good day.
God damn it.
Aspen, the Sunshine State, or whatever the fuck he says.
Dumb and
Dumb
Dumber.
and Dumber. Did you forget it, Shooty? Or was it just...
Did I
It
not
wasn't
put it
on
on my
your
list?
list
All right.
Yeah,
Here's the
not on
deal.
the list.
Here is the deal. And this is no disrespect
Uh-oh.
to any of those actors.
Here we go.
Here we go. Get ready.
I'm going to drive to Tyson's.
Come kick my ass, Seabass. Here's the deal. Dumb and Dumber was better. And I hate to say it was. It was definitely way funnier than that. That is, I will take that to my grave. And the most annoying noise of all time does not beat you to my list of top 10. And Pretty Bird, that doesn't help either. I don't care. That wasn't funny. Like, I didn't think it was funny. I don't think any of it was funny. Dumb and Dumber was better, where he took a chocolate bar and Bob Saget said, "Oh, there's shit all over my wall." Like, that's funny. And that's funny.
I don't know if I want to talk about this anymore.
No, you guys got
He
it.
actually
You guys
thought
opened
about
it.
this.
You guys opened it. You opened this. You opened it. You opened the conversation.
Maybe we should just talk about politics instead. Holy shit. Yeah, this is an interesting one. Dumb and Dumber is better than Dumb and Dumber.
Think about it.
I don't think I can.
No, I can't. This is my second favorite comedy of all time, behind Tommy
Well,
Boy.
defend
Like,
it. Defend it. Defend it.
Defend it?
Dumb and
It's
Dumber.
fucking hilarious. It was well written. It was the Farrelly brothers at their best. It was Jeff Daniels and fucking Jim Carrey at their absolute best. Jim Carrey was funny as a character who didn't rely on slapstick comedy or character impressions. He was actually legitimately funny and a well-written character that was extremely well acted. When he's giving the guy CPR in the restaurant, and he's driving his legs into his fucking chest. When he walks out of the bar in Aspen and he sees the newspaper on the wall and he turns around and he goes, "We landed on the moon," and runs away. Like, it was that is honest to God one of the top 5 funniest movies that has ever been made, and you will never convince me otherwise. He got robbed by a little old lady on a motorized cart. Like, what? Shanuti, are you okay, buddy? I'm concerned.
I'm fine. I just think.
Are you just trying to make up for the fact that you forgot Dumb and Dumber? Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Okay, cool. Now that we sorted that out, we can keep talking about it.
So what I did was doing a little bit of reading about this Dumb and Dumber movie, and because I knew some stuff about it, but I didn't realize the amount of fucking improvisation that goddamn Jim Carrey did in that.
Yeah.
The "No way, that's great, land on the moon," not the script, made up by Jim Carrey on the spot. The most annoying sound in the car, made up on the spot, and Jeff Daniels had no idea, so that's his real face, being like, "What the fuck?" There's just a bunch of great shit. When they were filming, Jim Carrey stayed at the Stanley Hotel and stayed in the Shining Room. Just fucking being a weird dude, and it's one of those movies that everyone shows up. Everyone
That John Denver is full of shit, man.
Yep, it's fucking hilarious.
And not to mention that Cam Neely, Boston Bruins legend, is in the movie as Seabass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you haven't seen Dumb and Dumber, I don't even know why you're listening to this.
What the fuck are you doing with your life?
Yeah, you knew this was going to lead to be Dumb and Dumber, I think. But it just makes me want to watch it. The shit scene, Shanuti, the shit scene where he feeds X-Lax to Jeff Daniels and he shits all over the place. It's your worst nightmare.
And the toilet's broken?
Toilet's broken.
I don't know what to tell you.
You know what I just noticed? Michael Shanuti, M.S. Mary Swanson.
Whoa.
Speaking of which, one of the fun facts, Samsonite. One of the fun facts I saved for later on was the fact that Jim Carrey actually married the actress that played Mary Swanson.
Really?
Yeah, but seriously, tuxedos, killing the owl with the cork of the champagne bottle, when they're dealing with Jim Carrey's toenails, like, it's so great
fact. I missed this, but Nicolas Cage and Gary Oldman were original choices to play Harry and Lloyd.
Oh my god, that would have been a bizarre fucking movie.
Definitely different movie. Huh, interesting.
I don't even want to know.
Shanuti, I seriously just thought you fucking forgot to put it on there, so I just made the game time decision to make it number 1 because if you would have given it any points, it would have won.
I did forget it. I just had to defend myself.
No, we get it.
Well,
we get it.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Zach, give you more facts because that's our number 1. We hit the top of the list.
Oh, so Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber all came out in the same 9-month period.
Damn.
Like, you want to talk about a good fucking year as an actor? Those are 3 just candid fucking movies. Obviously, The Mask didn't make it as far as we thought. But another fun fact: next week we will be doing Edward Norton.
Knew that was coming.
Oh, you know
that
what?
was pretty easy one to figure out.
I tried to watch Primal Fear, and that shit sucked.
You tried to? No,
that shit is ass.
It was so boring. No, that's watching Court.
No, honestly, watch the whole thing, dude. You had how far into it did you get? Did you meet Roy yet?
30 minutes, probably.
Wait till you meet Roy. Once you meet Roy, if you aren't intrigued and interested, then you can turn it off.
All right, we can bitch about that next episode. Yeah, I guess.
All right, yeah.
So for all of you who enjoyed our episode, please like and subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter pages.
Patreon.
And Patreon.
Go pay us on Patreon.
Live strong.
Go also give our boys, the Smooth My Balls boys, a like as well. They help us to get groomed for down there during the wintertime. We don't need that stuff. It's wintertime, boys. We are hibernating with our ladies. You need to have things get right down there. Also, poke Jeff on Twitter and Instagram as well. Tell him, hey, we miss you. Because we do miss you, Jeff. We love you. You would be great for this. Dumb and Dumber and all that shit.
Oh,
you know?
Dumb and Dumber would have legitimately been number one if Jeff would have voted.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I remembered it.
Or if Shooty would have remembered.
Listen, man, it was a long day. I was coming back from Buffalo. I had the best wings of my life. Story time next time.
You should got a doctor's note. Post-wing coma.
I did take off work the next day, so
nice.
And that is not an exaggeration. So thank you guys for listening. We are the Five Holers Podcast. Go look at Four Corners for all the other podcasts. We are out everywhere where you listen to your podcast, and there's not much to say other than this. Zach, take us away.
Why go bar down when you can hit the 5-hole? Aim low.
Lahu Zahar.